Most high achievers already know how to set goals, but what if you could plan your year in a way that actually fuels your genius zone? I'm a neuropsychologist who's worked with hundreds of powerhouse women to do just that, and without burning out or playing small. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 easy steps to plan your best year yet, tailored specifically for high achievers like you. I'm not going to patronize you like you've never had success, but I am going to give you elite planning strategies to align more fully with your higher self. To start, let me show you how to stop dimming your light, but instead add fuel to the fire. So here's the thing. You're trying to plan your best year yet while running an outdated operating system. So you can think of it like this. If you try running the latest apps on an old phone, it's gonna crash. That's what happens when you set new goals but don't update your underlying identity. So before we start scheduling or setting goals, we need to look at what's actually running the show. Because if you want this year to be different, the upgrade has to go deeper than your to-do list. So now that you know you need to update your operating system, let's talk about how. The first question I want you to ask yourself is, who are you becoming? And specifically for my high achievers, I want you to shift from just being a high achiever to becoming your highest self. And to do that, you need to define who she is. And here's how. Inside my program, Systemize Your Goals Accelerator, the 4th system is what I call my reinvention system that I teach my clients, and it walks them through 3 steps that I'm going to share with you today. Step 1 is reflection. Think about where you are, how far you've come, and how you got there. Also think about what you're grateful for. So this step helps you step into the next year from a place of abundance and not scarcity. Step 2 in your reinvention system is optimization. Think about how you can optimize who you are. This is not about letting go of everything. We want to preserve your resilience, your strength, your genius, but we also want to shed what's no longer serving you. And step 3 is about definition and dreaming bigger. Once you've reflected and optimized, I want you to define this highest self version that you're moving into, the one who shines her light even brighter. To help you do this, I've created tools inside my modAmbition goal planner, which I will link the Planner Printable below. You'll find exercises like showing up as your higher self and acting as if that guide you through reflection, optimization, and definition. But I'm going to keep it so real with you. Deciding who you're becoming is just the first step. Next, I'm going to show you how to use elite planning strategies to fully embody your highest self and your next level success. So Les Brown said, reach for the moon. Even if you fail, you'll land amongst the stars. And I say, reach for the sun. Let me show you how you can apply this to your next level goals. So now that you know your higher version of yourself that you're becoming, I want you to next ask, what does her life look like? And then we're going to reverse engineer from there. Specifically, I want you to reverse engineer using my solar system goal model. It's designed for high achievers to work backwards from the dream and build the roadmap toward it. So let me show you how. So I want you to start with what I call your sun goals. Okay, and these are the dream, right? The big dream, the big vision. This is what I call the quantum leap. And this is the quantum leap that takes you from high achiever to your highest self, living in your genius zone. So think about who you're becoming and what her life looks like 5 to 10 years from now. Then I want you to move on to your moon goals. And these are the goals that give you that life-changing progress towards your sun goals. So moon goals. These are your 1 to 3 year midterm goals. And like I said, they're the life-changing progress that moves you towards your sun goals. Once you've set these moon goals, I want you to wrap your brain around them visually and verbally. So left and right side of the brain. As a neuropsychologist, I know that using both sides of the brain helps you fully embody these 1 to 3 year goals. And you can do that with a vision board, creating one that actually works. So creating it in a way that's backed by science. I give you instructions inside my Productive Boss Notion system to create a vision board that actually works inside the vision board template. You can also create a word of the year to get that verbal side, and you can refer back to this word of the year throughout the year to build momentum. I also teach you the correct way to do that inside the vision board template within my Productive Boss Notion system. I'll link it below if you want to check it out. Okay, so next here we have your STAR goals, and these are actually the actionable milestones. So these STAR goals, these are the crucial part. Before you set your STAR goals though, which are those 12-week year goals, you need here a winning strategy, a playbook on how to win. So inside my Systemize Your Goals Accelerator, I teach my students how to develop this strategy so you're not dispersing all your efforts. I know as a busy, high-achieving woman, you do not have time to waste. So you want a solid strategy in place before you plan those STAR goals. I've even trained a bot for my students based on all my frameworks on developing a strategy to help them create a winning strategy from jump, because this is so important. So I want to make sure you know before you set those STAR goals, you want to have a strategy in place to hit those moon goals, and your STAR goals are going to be based on that strategy. And then once your strategy is set, you'll define those STAR goals. Like I said, these include your 12-week year goals and your monthly priorities. So think of STAR goals as shifting your mindset to a sprint rather than focusing on those 1 to 3 years. You're honing in on 12 weeks. So in your day-to-day, you're thinking about your 12-week year goals in your sprint, not overwhelming yourself by constantly thinking about the 1-year goals or those sun goals. And then your monthly priorities become the actionable milestones that get you to those moon goals, okay? And then finally here, we have your earth goals. These are the down-to-earth, tangible, down-to-earth things you're gonna be doing each and every week. So these are the tangible actions that you're gonna be doing to meet those STAR goals. So these are things you're going to do day to day, week to week to hit those STAR goals. The book, The 12-Week Year, calls these your lead goals. You can track them in a weekly scorecard to make sure that you're actually on target. I do have a 12-week year template inside my Productive Notion Boss system, which, like I said, will link below. I also have a PDF printable version if you want to do it by hand. And if you're looking for a way to actually implement these strategies in January, I actually do have a free challenge. It is the Elite 12-Week Year Challenge to offer you elevated strategies for high achievers to meet their 12-week year goals, to go from just a high achiever to stepping into your highest potential, answering your higher calling, and aligning more with your higher self. Like I said, it's a free 12-week year challenge. You can sign up at the link below. Now you may be wondering, I have this plan, but how do I actually fit all this into my very full and very busy life? Let me show you exactly how to do that from a place of ease next. So earlier this year, I worked with a woman who was a powerhouse in her own right. She was running a company, leading a small team, and raising tiny humans with conscious parenting. The problem, she felt stuck. She knew she was called to shine her light even bigger and in even bigger ways. And in our work together, we figured out that up until this point, her success was based on push through, based on late nights, based on managed chaos. And what she needed to ascend to new heights wasn't more motivation, discipline, or drive. She had all that. What she needed was structure to support her larger than life dreams. She needed to take her neurospicy, disorganized, overwhelming approach to success and make it efficient. Something that supported her in the office and at home. Because here's the thing, if you're stepping into your highest self, please believe me, she doesn't know burnout. She doesn't know overwhelm, and she doesn't know push through. She knows ease. So if you know who your highest self is and what her life looks like, now I want you to ask, how does she achieve it with ease? And let me offer you some strategies to help you answer that question. So largely, I want you to create systems that align with your highest self. I want you to build systems that let you live in your genius zone. And here's how. First, I want you to plan, where can you slow down to speed up? Ask yourself, where can I slow down to build systems that give me the structure I need to step into this next era? In my program, Systemize Your Goals Accelerator, which is opening doors again soon, this is is exactly what I do. I give you the systems to go from scattered to streamlined, disorganized to automated, and depleted to in a flow state. So whether you decide to join me in my program or not, this is your opportunity to think about what systems can give you those things in your life. Remember, it's about slowing down to speed up. Imagine pulling back a bow and arrow slowly to focus and aim so that when you do let go, it doesn't just go with speed, it goes directly to your target. Second, I want you to honor time as your most sacred resource. Think about, how can you buy back your time? How can you say no to lower level tasks? How can you prioritize like your life depends on it? Because time is your most sacred resource. Now, if you want a deep dive on the exact systems I teach women I work with to reach their next level goals, be sure to watch this video next. And remember, your highest self is calling. Be sure to answer the call. Cheers to planning, manifesting, and enjoying your dream life. And the God inside me honors and worships the God inside you. Namaste.